Well, ladies and gentlemen, our intro isn't working right now. For some reason, there's this StreamYard, this program that we're using is just glitching all over the place today. We're going to try to get to the bottom a little later. Happy Liberation Day, everyone. This is Cartoons Etc. I'm A.F. Branco, political cartoonist syndicated through Creators. And what we like to do here is I like to go over some of my cartoons. We pick some of our favorite videos that we accumulated throughout the week and that we really like, and hopefully that you'll like them too. We like to play an intro song while you're getting your comments ready and getting fired up in the chat. I see that South Carolina girl, Kazini, Nunya, Anna Lustenberg, Deplorable Dissident, and a few others are firing it up over there. So I'm going to try to play this video. Hopefully that it'll work, and I'll bring Joe in afterwards. But kind of goes along with this Liberation Day festivities that we're having. Trump is bringing America back, and I think this video just really hits it on the head. Get those comments ready. Thank you.
Trump pushing ahead with his America First agenda.
Breaking news, Apple announced it's going to work with Foxconn to build a server factory in Texas by 2026.
The company says it is now planning to invest $500 billion in the U.S. economy.
The CEO of SoftBank pledging to invest $100 billion in the U.S. over the next 4 years.
This is President Trump delivering on the promise he made to the American people on the campaign trail.
The idea is come to America, build greatness in America, build for the American customers.
Project Stargate. It's a joint venture between SoftBank, Oracle, and OpenAI, and they're going to create a data center that will eventually be expanded to other states.
Shows people are listening to Mr. Trump's pitch to bring new industry to America.
This is the latest pledge from a foreign business leader promising to spend big in the U.S. as a result of Trump's election victory.
Founder of the property development company DeMac Properties is pledging the money.
President Trump announcing $100 billion investment from Taiwan Semiconductor, bringing the company's total American investments to $165 billion.
The most powerful AI chips in the world will be made right here in America.
Things happen so quickly in the Trump world, right? It's 100 days. Right. It feels like it's 100 months. This is leadership. This is taking control of the problem for military, for everything, for industrial, for our economy. Even if it causes short-term pain, the reality is it is the right decision.
NVIDIA says it will invest hundreds of billions of dollars over the next 4 years, part of the manufacturing renaissance under President Donald J. Trump.
Furniture maker Prepack are shifting their operations from Canada to North Carolina.
Johnson & Johnson says it will invest more than $55 billion in the U.S. over the next 4 years.
Hyundai announced a $20 billion investment.
With your leadership, Mr. President, Hyundai Motor Group is proud to be a stronger partner in America's industrial future.
This is the automobile industry, and now those plants largely have stopped and they're moving them to our country. Honda is building one of the biggest plants.
The trade story is certainly picking up speed here and pushing more countries to make these bigger investments.
It's another example of the Trump effect.
GE Aerospace announcing a nearly $1 billion investment into American manufacturing.
Eli Lilly announcing plans to expand its manufacturing here in the United States.
$27 billion additional spend, bringing our total to more than $50 billion.
The money's rolling in, and this is in the past 60 some odd days, Charles.
And these are deep-pocketed folks who want to have a relationship, and it's just smart moves.
We are CMA CGM, one of the leaders in shipping and logistics around the world. Today, we are investing $20 billion.
Foreign leaders from around the world, investors from Silicon Valley to Wall Street to Main Street have confidence again in our economy and our markets and in President Trump.
The Trump effect this morning, a string of massive wins for American manufacturing. The numbers speak for themselves. Wisconsin-based Clarios is putting up $6 billion to expand its American operation. And what's driving these decisions? Well, President Trump's aggressive Made in America policies and his commitment to bringing industry back to American soil. This is exactly what Trump promised. America First is back.
Right on. Let me see if I can find myself here. There we go. There I am. Yeah, you just kind of get really screwed up when things aren't working, the technology isn't there, and you're trying to sort through all the buttons, and we don't know why it's not working, some kind of technical issue. But I just saw where Kazini said that Canada wants to fold on the tariffs already. Well, that's good news. I hope that goes through. Anyway, I'd like to bring in my co-host and friend from Intellectual Frog Legs. Head over to Intellectual Frog Legs and check out his latest video. It's really awesome. And here he is. Happy Liberation Day, my man.
Well, happy Liberation Day, man. You know, this is a bigger day than a lot of people know. A lot of people don't even know what it's about.
Yeah.
You know, I spoke to one of my friends and said, Happy Liberation Day. What?
What?
Yeah.
What?
Well, I'm sure you didn't put up a tree. But no, this is so cool. Now, I've actually got, I think, I've got some clips of Trump. I should have Bannon reacting to Trump's speech. I mean, Trump just killed it. It was pure Trumpian. And let me grab, there's so many bad things going on, and that's what they want us to focus on. And we have to stay vigilant. But we'll get to that. But we got some amazing stuff going on, too.
Yeah.
We knew this wasn't going to be easy.
No. It wasn't just one and done. You just don't go to the polls at November 5th and elect a president and then go back to bed. This is a fight. This is a long fight.
It's a long fight.
And we got to be in it. We got to be in it. We got to vote when we're supposed to vote. And that's what happened in Wisconsin. Now, Florida turned out okay for us. We won both of our elections there. But Wisconsin, I don't think they didn't get the message out.
There's also suspicions of shenanigans.
Yes.
I mean, you look and see how that, what was that, the voting ID law?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was like overwhelmingly passed.
Right.
But then this one nut judge who's against voter ID wins.
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it?
I think Cash and them are watching that. I think
they should. But every election we do has to be too big to rig. And we got to approach it that way.
Well, but this was a ballot harvesting stuff that they did, and a lot of the mail-in ballots, they got to go. And then they also had Dominion.
Yeah.
Dominion voting systems.
There you go.
The ones that Fox News and Newsmax refused to cover. That's why I won't watch them.
Which one do you want to play first? We'll go over my last week's cartoons in a few minutes, but which one do you want to play first?
Do the second one, the Bannon one.
All right, we got it.
It's in the Rose Garden, sir.
Is it playing for you?
Yep.
Well, you can imagine the world was watching as President Trump rolled out these reciprocals, and he calls these, Steve, let me hold it up real quickly. These are kind reciprocals, and he laid it out and said, we're not going to match percentage to percentage. And I got to be honest with you, Steve, when I first read that China does 67 and we're going to hit them back with 34, I said, well, let's add 15 onto that. 39 and 20, that's just me, but I think President Trump is being very kind in these reciprocals, and we'll see how they react.
Hold, Brian, hang over a second. I tell you a story, Brian Glenn. Pasovic texted me during the speech. We're both watching it and, doing an analysis for each other. And he goes, why is my president holding his chart? And I go, Trump loves charts. He's got the chart. This is how great it was. He's got the chart. The whole world's watching this. Every capital market in the middle of the night in Singapore, they're up. He's got a chart up there, and he's going through the chart exactly like you said. And the heading is kind reciprocal. It's absolutely classic. It is pure. It's the purest form of Trump you're ever going to get, Brian Glenn.
Yeah, it actually reminded me a lot of a rally.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
And then here's a little clip of a few little highlights of Trump from the Rose Garden today. And I mean, this is big.
Yeah.
This is big.
It's bigger than people realize. I mean, the repercussions, what it's going to do for our economy as a whole, for working class and middle class people, is just insurmountable, I think. and we'll find out more as we go along. But I just don't see how it can't happen.
Oh, it's going to happen. It just a lot of us wanted to hurry. I went to the grocery today. It's like, damn, man.
Yeah.
Let's get
yeah, let's go. Yeah.
So anyway,
So far, it looks like we're going to have about $6 trillion of investments, and you wouldn't do that in years in this country over the last number of years. $6 trillion, and that's going to be much higher by the end of the year. And think of what $6 trillion is. You wouldn't have even a small percentage of that under this other system. We're going to be an entirely different country, and it's going to be fantastic for the workers. It's going to be fantastic for everyone. There will never have been a transformation of a country like the transformation that's already happening in the United States of America. It's an incredible thing to watch, and it's incredible to meet with the top people, people that you read about, very wealthy people, or people that are great managers and executives and presidents of big public companies, and to watch the enthusiasm they have now that they didn't have. They gave up on our country. They went to foreign countries and they built. Companies are pouring into our country at levels never seen before, with jobs and money to follow, and it's really beautiful. In the coming days, there will be complaints from the globalists and the outsourcers and special interests and the fake news. Always, fake news will always complain. But never forget, every prediction our opponents made about trade for the last 30 years has been proven totally wrong. They were wrong about NAFTA. They were wrong about China. They were wrong about the Trans-Pacific Partnership, which would have been a disaster if I didn't terminate it. If I didn't terminate that, United Auto Workers, you would have had no jobs in this country. You would have had no jobs. It was all going to other countries. And now we're going to pass the largest tax cuts in American history, and that's where we're relying on Mike and John Thune. And we will not cut Social Security, Medicare, or Medicaid benefits, and the Democrats will, because if they got in, the entire economy would collapse. This country is heading for a collapse under the people that you saw. They were horrible. I think one of the reasons people like the job, I have my highest approval ratings because I think they're comparing me to the worst administration in the history of our country. So I appreciate that, at least.
Wall Street Journal lead opinion piece up overnight, be in the paper tomorrow. The president's Liberation Day tariffs, Liberation Day in quotes, amount to an attempt to remake the United States economy in the world trading system. Think about the scale of that. Let me repeat this from the Wall Street Journal.
That's big.
The president's Liberation Day tariffs amount to an attempt to remake the U.S. economy in the world trading system.
Boom.
Boom. How can it not improve the economy with all this money and businesses pouring into the United States? How can the Democrats sit back and pretend like this is a bad thing? It's going to hurt prices at the grocery store.
Because they're not in control. That's how they can pretend it.
These people could care less about grocery prices just over the last 4 years. Now, all of a sudden, they're worried about grocery prices going up. No,
they're worried about kneecapping Trump. They don't care about anything.
They are afraid that what he's doing is going to be so successful, it's going to make them totally obsolete as a party. That's my hunch.
Well, and since World War II, America's had the most open economy in the world to the world.
To the world.
And
exactly.
they're like sitting there, and they don't return any of our goodwill.
No.
They don't, and so now, and Trump's been telling them, even in his first term, y'all are being unfair to us. You're being unfair to us.
He's been saying it for 30 years. If you go back to the...
Yeah, well, the Oprah appearances and stuff like that.
He's been saying the same thing since before he even considered running for president. And they wanted him to run for president, but they thought he was going to be a Democrat.
Well, and then exactly. But one of the things that people, they're looking at, one of the comparisons I liked was, he wants to make the United States like an exclusive place to come do business. And and these tariffs are it's kind of like Sam's Club, except a country, and it's Uncle Sam's Club. Where you pay, you don't get to come in here and buy stuff. You gotta pay to come in here and buy stuff or sell stuff, whatever.
That's for
But
sure.
this is going to change. I mean, you take all the money that was getting sucked out, and now start sucking it back in.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, and it's going to be. It might be a little bumpy for a bit.
It might be, but
I think people people understand.
Yeah, I think they do. They've been gouged too long.
Yeah, exactly. But when you have reconstructive knee surgery, you don't start running the next day. You know?
Absolutely, or heart surgery or heart valve surgery. You gotta heal a little bit, but then you're better. Every heart surgery, even my dad, way back when he had heart surgery, it was a few months after he had it. He said, "I've never felt better because of the heart surgery," but he had to heal first. So
yeah, I had a heart attack.
You had heart surgery. Did you have heart surgery?
Well, I guess they call it that. They put a stent in my heart. So it's not really surgery. They just jab some. And then it's like, they said, "Mr. Gorman?" I said, "Yeah, I'm laying there. We're just going to tell you what we're going to do here." I said, "We're going to have to shave your groin." I said, "Dude, my heart's up here, man. I don't swing that way. No, leave me alone. Focus on what you got to do."
It's better than it's better than you saying, "Well, you don't have to. I already did."
Yeah, but what they did, they went in with that scope thing down around your crotch.
Yep.
And just kind of moved it all the way up and found your heart and hooked it in and turned the lights on and let's go.
Yeah.
I don't know what they did, but it worked.
Yeah. Deplorable. How did you feel after, though? Did you feel better after you had the surgery?
I had the surgery on Friday night. Is when I had my heart attack. Yeah. And I was back home Sunday for brunch.
Did you feel better? Did you feel the difference?
I sure felt a hell of a lot better than I did when I went in the hospital. I tell you that.
Yeah.
I actually did feel better. I wasn't as tired. I was getting to where I was just listless.
That's what most people say.
Yeah.
Deplorable dissident over here. She says the NGOs stealing USAID money need to have all government tax money taken away and their tax return spending audited. Good one, deplorable dissident. I saw a meme the other day that said if an NGO is getting taxpayer money, it's not an NGO, it's a government program. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I've got
non-government entities that cannot work without government money.
Yeah, right. I've got some cartoons to show. I know people are on pins.
How much I am. How old I am. I was 55 when I had that event, my heart attack.
And you're 100 and what now?
I'm past that now. I'm 55 and a half. No, I'm 63.
63.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a young puppy yet.
So you don't look a day over 64.
Yeah. I don't look a day over 82.
Yeah, you've used this one before.
Yeah, this is the end of last week. I always kind of like pop up the last one
before last week. That looks like
I've done that. I've done the quicksand scenario quite a few times. Yeah.
Yes, you're plagiarizing again.
Yeah, and I wanted to plagiarize myself, not plagiarize.
Plagiarize. No, this is not that type of a show.
Yeah, I gotta get my lingo down, my enunciations down.
Yeah, I'm gonna be plagiarizing.
Yeah.
What the heck? No, not on this show. You won't be, pal. Anyway.
Yeah. So we can breeze through this one, but it's kind of like, talking about what the Democrat Party is just self-destructing in so many ways. They're on the wrong side of every issue. Women in sports.
They have no moderates.
No DNI, political violence, open borders, no voter ID, high taxes, wasteful spending, unfair trade practices, and it's right in front of them. I mean, what is their approval rating right now?
Yeah,
It's
26.
26. Yeah,
And see,
hemorrhoids
and
have.
all those things you just listed are their good qualities. They're good policies.
I hear hemorrhoids have a higher rating, but so, anyway, we'll breeze. We'll go to the next one.
Jerry Hobo, Jerry's making fun of you. I'm gonna stay out of it, but yeah.
Where is Jerry Hobo? Where is he at?
He says you plagiarized. You're plagiarizing. Anyway,
all right, Jerry, you're up. You're up there in the limelight right now.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot for that. Appreciate it.
Nugget be 61. Dang, you're
wow.
old, man. We're gonna start checking IDs.
We got a young group here. Yeah, for sure. This cartoon, just pretty much just to show exactly what's happening. They're protesting Dodge while they're stealing money out the back door, and that's why they're protesting. So one goes after the other.
The thing is, if they kept stealing out the back door, they wouldn't have got caught. But they got so arrogant and cocky, they started coming out the front door and the windows and
yeah, exactly. I should have had a guy over here throwing money out the window.
Yeah, like that little gif of Spanky, throwing the cash out the window.
Yeah, there you go.
Little rascals.
Well, that might be my next cartoon. I don't know. Let's go to the next one. Signalgate. Has anybody heard anything about Signalgate the last couple of days?
That's it's only a popcorn fart.
Poof.
A little poof.
Wait a minute. Forgot. Who's this cartoon by? Oh, this one's
that's
by
swampmonsters.news.
There you go.
That's creators.com. You got two up there.
No, I just put I just put this back so we make sure that the sponsor of the cartoon, the people that pay me, get their credit.
Yeah.
Swamp Monster's been putting out a lot of my cartoons lately, so bless them. Thank you.
They're good people. Good people.
Yeah, go to swampmonsters.news just to check them out. They've got some interesting op-eds in there, and then this one is by my website, Comically Incorrect. If you want to catch up on all my cartoons for the last 200 years, just go to comicallyincorrect.com and they're all there.
The earlier ones are still on the cave walls. The original ones.
Yeah.
But man, they're good.
I haven't heard anything out of Signalgate the last couple of days. Have you? They tried
but did you see what Trump and them are doing? Like they tried to pepper Caroline Levitt, and she said that case is closed. And then they're not taking it. In fact, I have a clip of the VA, the guy in charge, the director of the VA.
Yeah,
he was a congressman. I cannot remember his name, but he's on with CNN, and he goes on to talk about the VA stuff and that chick that looks like Ben Shapiro. What's her name? Caitlin Collins.
Caitlin Collins.
She keeps going after him. She wants him to comment on this Signalgate, and he shuts. We should get that.
Get that up. Pop that up. I'll read a couple of these comments.
All right, it's ready.
All right. Lon Will says, what Dodge has revealed is sickening. It is. I mean, it's so bad. There's so much Elon has to decide what to bring forth because there's so much, and he doesn't want it to get lost in the rubble.
We've got some Elon coming up here in a bit, and I'm telling you, Elon, I don't agree with everything he does. Nobody here in this room does, but he is a patriot.
Yes,
the dude is. He called out Senator Mark Kelly.
Yeah,
Mark Kelly talking about, I just went over to Ukraine, and Elon said, "You're a traitor, sir." Yeah. And then Brett Baer on Fox News said, "Why would you call him a traitor? He's a decorated vet. Blah, 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 blah. And Elon, anyway, we'll cover that.
We'll get to that one.
Yeah.
Let's play this one here. Get this one out.
Believe that a mistake was made here, though, to have this conversation, to add a reporter, and to have it on an unsupported, classified group setting?
Caitlin, as I've just told you, I've just answered the question. I wasn't a part of it. And, I'm not going to speculate more than what the president's already talked about and those who've been involved have talked about. But we'd love to talk about the veterans.
Yeah, and I do have questions about the veterans, but given what we saw with the group chat and how this was used, you are a member of the cabinet. You obviously know these other members, several of them who were in there. Is this typical for the cabinet to have conversations over Signal? Is this something that you use?
Well, Caitlin, since you undoubtedly do not want to talk about the VA, I have a question as VA Secretary. As cabinet, I want to ask you, because I've been curious about this, because my job is to take care of veterans, and I would like to know if CNN is hostile to veterans, especially one in Florida where you just had a $5 million defamation suit taking offense at a veteran who was trying to help people. In fact, one of your employees actually said, we're going to nail him. I have a question for you, Caitlin. Is that employee still employed? Are you really concerned about veterans? So if we don't want to talk about veterans now, you want to talk about everything else, I'd like to hear from CNN as the veteran cabinet secretary, why CNN seems to have a problem with veterans.
Well, Mr. Secretary, respectfully, my question was about whether or not you as a member of the cabinet use this. And respectfully, I'm conducting the investigation. And I do have a lot of questions for you on Veterans Affairs, but I don't think it would be unwarranted to ask.
What you want to do is talk about a subject that I've already answered. And if you want to continue this like this, that's fine. But there are VA employees who are working very hard. There are veterans who get their care from the VA and they get their benefits from the VA. And it does me no good to speculate on something that I've already asked and answered. So I've asked and answered your question. Why don't you answer mine? Are you still, is this person still employed who said they were going to nail one of my veterans, who you had to do a $5 million award from a jury because of defamation, and then you settled the case? Answer my question.
Respectfully, sir, I'm asking the questions here, and I have no involvement in what you're referencing there. But if you don't want to answer the question about whether or not...
Boom. That's how you deal with them.
Yep.
And that's Benjamina Shapiro.
Yeah.
Benjamina. Oh my.
Yeah, that's it didn't play for me, but I could put my I could put my cursor over
issues, yeah.
Yeah, what I think is now it's showing up down here, so if I hit it again it would play for me, but maybe if you put the video in the thing and then take it out and put it back in, and maybe it'll work. Let's move on. This is for alphanews.org. Of course, I do a cartoon every Sunday for them, and it has to do with Minnesota politics, but sometimes they cross over to national politics. And this guy is so deep into China, and Congress wants to question him about all his ties to China and some of the things that he's been doing on the side, and how corrupt he might be with Chinese money. So,
well, see, China does what they go after the dumb guys. Walter's a dumbass. He's a total idiot. Dumbass. And they thought he was going to come out and he's going to get the macho man vote. He's going to get the alpha man vote, And he comes out, yay!
He can't load a shotgun. Dude, he has a brand new shotgun, brand new hunter's vest, everything. You can still see the crease marks on the hunter's vest. And he goes out, tries to be manly looking. I don't think. And then he threatens that he's going to kick Mega's ass, or he could kick Mega's ass or something. Remember that?
Yeah. We talked about that last week in that Tennessee mayor, who's the former wrestler, Kane. So, okay, let's do this. Let's get it on, bro. Hey, Jerry brought up about Elon saying somebody's going to get arrested for those 400,000 Social Security numbers that were stolen. Actually, we got a video. We'll be talking about that in a minute. We're covering it all.
We're covering it all. You want to play that video now?
All that we can remember. Well, no, this is the video I have up there now is the one I was mentioning a minute ago.
Yeah.
Where I'm telling you what, this is a great response.
Let
Great
me
response.
let me play it for you.
You know, a lot is coming your way, but sometimes you say stuff or post stuff that gets attention. You give it out, in other words. Democratic Arizona Senator Mark Kelly posted on X about his trip to Ukraine to push for continuing to send U.S. weapons and support there, and you posted that he was a traitor. Well, why do that?
Well, I think somebody should care about the interests of the United States above the interests of another country. And if they don't, they're a traitor.
Yeah, but he's a decorated veteran, a former astronaut, a sitting U.S. senator.
It doesn't mean it's okay for him to put the interests of another country above America.
Obviously, there are some Republicans who think supporting Ukraine is the right thing still, but there is a battle back and forth about how do you think it comes to an end?
Well, I think there will be a negotiated peace, and the thing that we should be concerned about is we should have empathy for the thousands of people that are dying every day in trenches, for no movement in the lines. So the borders remain the same. For the past 2 years, thousands of people have died every week for nothing. For what? And I take great offense at those who put the appearance of goodness over the reality of it. Those who virtue signal and say, oh, we can't give in to Russia, but have no solution to stopping thousands of kids dying every day. They just want that to continue forever. I have contempt for such people. I don't want to make that clear.
Yeah. So you're optimistic.
Because they're virtue signaling, and their lack of a solution means that kids don't have a father. It means that parents lost a son. For what? Nothing.
Boom. Yeah. The Democrats, I mean, you can't put party before America, and that's what the Democrats have been doing. Everything.
And some Republicans.
And some Republicans.
Our Congress, that fiasco yesterday was embarrassing.
Yeah.
Anna Paulina Luna, getting up there demanding they vote on a bill to give Congress work from home privileges when we've got important stuff to do. And then Speaker Johnson's such a wimp. He says, well, since she did that, we're going to cancel the vote till next week. He said, what is going on here?
Well, somebody made
the
point. Somebody made the point that if you're going to have that where people can work from home and vote from home, what's the point of even having a Congress as it's structured? I mean, there's no point in having the building. I mean, if they can find any excuse, and it like they said, it opens up a Pandora's box for all kinds of things, and you definitely want people voting.
Well, and you know they already have free child care.
Mm-hmm.
She already has free child care. She gets paid 6 figures. And now she wants, I don't think I can make it in. You know, you need to figure it out. You need to figure it out.
Yeah.
But you know who had the proxy voting? They actually had it under Pelosi.
Yeah.
She let them do that. And you don't even know who's voting at that point.
No,
you have no idea who's voting.
The guy could have Alzheimer's sitting in a room comatose and somebody else is hitting the button. Let's see here. Where are we at? Okay, let's go to the next one here. This was yesterday.
Oh, I love that one. Yeah.
Yesterday's cartoon. Yeah.
The perfect juxtaposition for the Democrats.
Yeah, they're so conflicted. Yeah, they love Trump's hate. Sitting on a pad of AstroTurf. Everybody wants to believe, trying to make people believe that this is from the ground up grassroots. No, this is paid for by multi-billionaires across the country, Soros and some of these other guys. And actually, Elon said that he can trace some of this stuff back to some of the big money people.
Yeah, I got that clip ready when you get past these.
Yeah, I got one more
about the arrest. He says
Yeah.
they got so many people ready to get arrested that they don't know where to start. I mean, it's like you have to start, and then you have to be careful. You know, a lot of people are upset because we're not seeing arrests yet, and I'd like to see them too. But I also understand when you're going after the biggest criminal syndicate in the history of the planet. You probably want to use the most state-of-the-art, sophisticated plans and get in there and make sure you get the right ones first. Because you got to prioritize who you get, so you don't cause others to scatter and maybe let them get comfortable. But you're talking about a big mess of people, and I hope every one of them go to jail. So I'm willing to. I'm not uncomfortable. I think that we're still in the reasonable amount of time.
Yeah.
But
I'm still waiting for the Epstein files to start coming out.
I'm not a fan. Pam Bondi shot every one of her toes off with that maneuver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this next cartoon, Joe Dan, if you look down here in the lower left here in the window, you see JDG, Joe Dan Gorman, because we collaborated on this one.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Turned out pretty good.
He calls me up. He says, "I got a great idea for a cartoon," and he ripped it off for me and says, "Well, let me okay." So I went ahead and did it, and it turned out really good. Everybody liked
I love
it.
that. It's perfect. I mean, that is a perfect illustration. That was a genius idea. I'm just telling you.
Batshit crazy
so
signal. Batshit crazy. Batshit crazy signal.
You actually said a bad word. I thought we were going to go with batshit crazy. But anyway.
Batshit crazy. That's the what it was. That's right.
That's what it was. See?
Yeah. So anyway, that ends the cartoon. Where am I at here? Okay, there we go. I have some other cartoons, some older cartoons, and I kind of thought I would feature, because we're talking a lot about Elon. I thought I'd bring back some older, over the last couple of years, cartoons that I did of Elon, since he's in the news. But we don't need to do that right now. We got a couple other videos.
This is the one that people have been waiting on about him talking about the arrests.
Okay.
That's the one that Jittery keeps bitching about.
Okay.
Okay,
keep it up.
Really bit. I'm kidding.
Keep it up, Jittery. We need to keep Joe Dan in line here.
You said the other day you uncovered some evidence that there was massive Social Security fraud and that arrests were imminent.
Yes.
What can you tell us about that? And what can you tell us about what you've seen politicians do to make massive amounts of money off of the federal government, like Nancy Pelosi? Please.
Yes. So we've encountered, there's really so much for it. It's deciding what should be prosecuted first, because it's such a long list. You have to actually prioritize the list. We convey the list to the Department of Justice. The DOJ has a process that they go through to review and think about it. The wheels of justice turn slowly. In fact, obviously, I have a maniacal sense of urgency. So to me, when I see that terrible fraud has happened, I'm like, why haven't we arrested someone already? But as the saying goes, the wheels of justice turn slowly but surely. And I think probably the person that stole 400,000 Social Security numbers, at least, maybe more, will be arrested hopefully this week. With respect to the non-governmental organizations, these sort of fake NGOs, I think there needs to be a number of arrests in that regard as well, because these are fake charities where mostly Democrats, I don't want to be clear. There's sometimes a little bit of Republican in there, because they sometimes throw the Republicans a bone to say, "Hey, be quiet about this." So that's where you start getting the uniparty thing going on. But it is overwhelmingly to Democrats, and they give give billions of dollars to NGOs run by Democrats that then go through a whole network of additional NGOs. It's a giant money laundering scheme. Really, at this point, I think the word NGO and money laundering are almost synonymous.
Okay.
Wow. Thank you.
Makes sense to me. Kennedy?
Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Makes sense to Judge Janine.
Synonymous.
Right. I mean, that is. So I think something's coming. something. Trump is not going to let these radicals beat him. And you can bank on that. You can bank on that. He's not going to let these radical rogue judges derail his agenda. No, he's worked too hard to get to this position. And Trump he does not suffer fools anymore. I like that
not
phrase.
anymore. Not like he did Not like he did the first 4 years. We got Kay Zenny. We need Julia Assange helping Elon. I don't know if that'd be interesting. I don't know if he has the technical knowledge that Elon has, but he might be able to dig up some stuff or put it together.
Do you know what Abraham Lincoln, Ronald Reagan, JFK, Martin Luther King, and Donald Trump all have in common?
No, what?
They all stood up to Democrats and they all got shot.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's How about that?
Yeah. I throw up a couple more here while let them seed in, so maybe I can see them when they come up. I want to do you got some gay signs. You got
oh Val my Kilmer. God, yeah. We got
pretty face. You got a pretty face.
Oh my goodness, we got to get Miss America up here. Hold on.
Yeah, Miss America. That's a good name for it. Yeah, I like
it. We got a chick here. She's got a crush on Elon, and she's got it bad. And when I say she's got it bad, she's got it really bad.
Oh, here we go.
Dear Elon, I thought you'd want to come face to face with me, boy. You're your boyfriend, no doubt. Lies. Oh, and I'd see right through them, and you know I would. Would it be a dream come true if you met me in person? Would it?
Oh,
Lord.
That scares me. Even if someone's on my screen. What the hell?
Yeah. I'm gonna have nightmares tonight.
AI creation. Dang, man. And then and then we're dealing with complete lunatics. These people should be in hospitals.
Right.
They're out there in California. The Democrats, man. They're pulling down street signs because they're transphobic.
Yeah. Even if you're not one of these nutty people and you're a Democrat, how can you be on their side? How can you not be embarrassed to be voting alongside of these people? You got to figure that there's something wrong with your party if these people are all these people. It's made up of a lot of these crazy people.
Yeah, well, are you gonna play this?
No.
LA City Council members Hugo Soto Martinez and Nithya Raman were on hand today to help remove the signs. They say the no cruising and no U-turn signs were put up in the 1990s to prevent people in the gay community from meeting up with other gay people.
I was also surprised that these U-turn signs were still up. And at first, they seem a little...
These people are mental patients. Look at that idiot's name. Maybe a girl.
Oh, wow.
Lord. That's enough of that. That's enough of that. Bless them.
Okay.
No.
I'll take it down.
Those are satanic. Yeah, they're gone.
Yeah. I've got some Elon cartoons I did a while back. Let's show a few of those. As soon as I get them up here. There we go. This one's a while back. I remember had something to do with free speech, and Elon was.
Well, that was when he first got about Twitter.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? Well, it was about a year in, and I see that was 2023. He bought Twitter in 2022, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he was being attacked by Disney and a bunch of others. So I popped up with this cartoon to try to illustrate what he's being attacked. So I'm going to go through these pretty quick. This is when he bought Twitter and realized that.
and Trump saw this. He said, let's take that truck and make it a lot bigger and drive it to D.C.
Yeah, exactly. Make it a lot bigger and then have a fleet of them.
A fleet of them.
Yeah. The Gingrich
with grenade launchers.
Yeah. The Gingrich who took away the left's corrupt censoring tool. It was a Christmas one.
Wow. Yeah, that was back in 2022. Yeah.
Yeah. And then this was pretty recent. This is 2025.
Big balls. Big balls
Yeah.
is recent.
So that's pretty recent.
Elon
and then you got
the
Elon and Vivek, which Vivek is no longer there. But pretty much what Trump was planning to do in Washington is pretty much coming true. Excess regulations, bureaucracy, and waste.
Well, you notice how Vivek came out and made that stupid comment about Americans, and he was gone.
Oh boy!
I think Trump like,
You can't do
you
that.
can bow out gracefully, but you're done.
Yeah. Well, is he running for Idaho governor?
Ohio governor, and I hope he wins. And he's
Yeah.
a young guy.
Yeah.
You know, and he could learn the lesson, but I never did trust him. You know, where was he during that time frame from 2015 to 2020? Where was he?
Yeah,
And,
that's a good
and
question.
then suddenly he pops up on stage like some well, kind of like Obama. I was going to say something very rude. Well, I don't need to say rude stuff, but you know, he always had he was too smooth.
Yeah.
And in fact, when he made that comment about Americans not being smart enough, yeah, that was his first real stupid thing I ever heard him say.
Yeah.
So,
You know, we got an alert here from Deplorable Dissident. He said, Tony, you need to start with a sound check next week. We're not ignoring Joe Dan. We just cannot hear what he's saying. I hear you fine. So that's really strange.
do y'all not hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I better know what's wrong.
Let's see it in the chat. Both chats. We got the StreamYard chat and we got the Rumble chat. Can you hear Joe Dan? Say yes or no.
Okay, now it should be better.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah.
Sound check next time. Thanks, Deplorable Dissident.
Well, you know what we do? That's this StreamYard sucks.
It does.
I changed it. That's this mic right here. You're hearing.
Yeah.
It goes to some other like the mic on the computer.
Yeah.
It's like, don't do that.
Yep. It
So
just
anyway.
said, Nunya said, yes, your mic is rather low. Now that's good. So,
Okay.
they can hear you. They just couldn't hear you very loud.
We got to start the show over.
All right. Go back to your starting place.
Rewind.
Right.
But you know, me and Branco were talking the other night when we figured out that Democrats are just too stupid to know they're stupid.
Absolutely. They put everything that they have done over the last few years is put party before country. And you can see that in every single thing that they do. It has nothing to do with people.
And they're so wrong about everything.
Yes.
And they have nothing to add to the conversation, but they're the loudest people in the room. How is
Hitler, you're Nazi. Hitler, you're raising taxes for the rich. You know, this. That's all they can say. A bunch of cliched remarks that aren't true. They just hope that people will buy into it. But more and more people are becoming informed.
Yeah,
It's
people
like-
are waking up to their crap. I forgot that that Elon offered to let what's her name come on, Kamala.
Yeah,
Camel Toe Harris.
Yeah. Well, like Steve Bannon said, he says an uninformed voter doesn't mean that they're stupid or they're not smart. It just means they're not informed. I'm not talking about the left.
No,
I'm
low
talking about
propensity voters. The
low propensity voter. It has nothing to do
Yeah.
with intelligence. It has to do with that
They're
they
just
are not
they're not
informed.
involved. They're
Yeah,
just
they're
not
not involved.
involved. They're not freaks. They're more normal. You know,
Right.
the low propensity voters are more like normal people.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and admit it. We're freaks.
And low information voters are the same way. They just don't have the information. What really bothers me is the people that think they have the information because
That's the low IQ voter. The low IQ voter. That's a different kettle of fish.
They think they know the information because they watch CNN or MSNBC, but they have no clue what really is happening. Let's
You know,
go on to the next.
with all these judges getting involved, filing these injunctions, I wish we had. If any of you guys out there can play and sing a little bit, redo that old after school rock song, Injunction Junction. What your function? We'll make it Injunction Junction.
Yeah.
So y'all get on that. Send us a clip.
Yeah, your homework's not due till next Wednesday.
Oh, you know, that's a good cartoon. The other night in Wisconsin, you know, Elon came out to the song Free Bird. That was cool during the rocking part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. I don't know how many I got here, but this was 2024. This is when the rumor was that he was going to buy MSNBC. You have Rachel Maddow.
Oh, Rachel Mad Cow.
Carrie in the sink.
Yeah. Let's see what else we got here.
And then you got Elon with free speech and the Democrat Party totally melting down over it. So I was surprised at how many Elon cartoons I had actually done.
Oh, you know what? I have a clip of Nancy Pelosi's daughter. How long is this? I'm gonna wait. It's about 2 minutes. But she admits that it's not an insurrection. I've seen a lot of the clips.
Yeah.
She just comes out and says, you know, that they weren't organized. I mean, they're sitting there discussing it. And it's about January 6th, but the whole discussion is about how we're going to market it.
Yep.
And but then I also
can you
have
take the video you just put up there, not the Gingrich one, but the next one over?
Yeah, that's the Pelosi one.
Can you take it out and put it back in? So because it's not showing up, I just want to see if it'll help. Yeah, there you go. And also Elon talked about how many Social Security numbers that they handed out. I'm going to go ahead and unbelievable amount of Social Security numbers ripping off the American people. And they're talking about Trump cutting Medicare and Social Security when
they said the same crap about Reagan. They said the same crap about Reagan. They were saying the same thing for decades.
But it's them that are doing it. When you pile on 200 and some thousand people with Social Security numbers, where's that money coming from? I'm going to go ahead and play this one.
I think the one thing, if you drag it out,
plays. I don't know if it will.
After the Democrats lose the House,
Okay.
and then they get rid of the committee,
Right.
people may lose interest.
Yeah.
The first trials are going to get a lot of attention.
Yes.
It's like anniversaries. The first one is a
Right.
big deal. They did a really big deal.
Right.
January 6th.
Right.
No one's going to care after the Democrats are out of power.
Right.
And then take Biden out of office, then who cares? If you drag it out long enough, I wouldn't go first for a trial because D.C. is a lot of people that work for the government.
Right.
And it's a lot of, I don't think I'm sympathetic.
The jury, that's the
jury is
issue. We don't think the trial should be held there.
Well, if you got it moved, you totally get off.
Successfully move it? No, they won't move it. I mean, think about it. They'll resist it. They'll say, I've heard in the hearings. They're going to say, how dare you say we're not fair? We're fair.
Thank you for your time.
Oh, absolutely.
Listen, I really, I know you're not the bad guy. I mean, if there is, I haven't found the bad guy yet, but if there is, I know you're not the bad guy.
I mean, he's like a stereotypical bad guy.
But the thing is, why I asked you the question of like, so what was the plan? Is that if there was an insurrection, you were supposed to be in line marching. You're in the military, you know
Right.
this.
No, that's
you were
what
supposed to have a plan.
Exactly. It's called
And then you're
operations
saying-
order. You sit down
like-
overnight with your soldiers. You go
Right.
over. All right, you're gonna go here. You're gonna go in by this side. At this time, we're gonna take over this. There's none of
If
that.
it was an insurrection, it's the sorriest insurrection in the 20th, 21st century ever. No guns, no plan, people taking selfies.
A guy smoking pot.
I love the guys.
Yeah,
You're going to be able to laugh about this one day. I don't know what the Proud Boys is, but I know Gavin McInnes. I went on road trips with him to parties. It was so comical to me when I first started hearing about like Proud Boys are from. This was like years ago when they started saying in Brooklyn, where he's from.
2016.
I was like, what? This guy, I mean, he may talk shit, but a lot of it is like he's a provocateur. He says it to like be funny or whatever.
Right.
But the idea that he's now being elevated to being this, it totally makes me laugh because I'm like, look, I know this guy. I've been to many parties with him, and I know he just says some crazy shit. I know the Brooklyn version of those guys, and I'm just like, so I just want you to know that. Like, I have a whole history with these people, and I'm like, come on, you're like, that's just kind of like, anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, they weren't so concerned about anything except, well, we got to have, you can't have a trial right away. We want to have all the people watching, and but that's just there's so much damning information, and that's what I want to see. I'm tired of waiting. That's with our Congress. Where are the January 6th hearings? The real ones that we've been promised, that they promised for what, 2 years?
Yeah, probably didn't help that they eviscerated. It probably didn't help that they eviscerated all the evidence in the last one.
Yeah, but they got enough. They got enough eyewitnesses and testimony. Yeah, they got enough. They need to do that.
Anna Listenberg and Lon Will say that it was 400,000 Social Security numbers. So, thanks for the input. Anyway, what are we doing here? Okay, there we go. We were going through some of these cartoons. This is another. Democrats have become the party of division and hate. So I'll be voting Republican now. Watch their dirty tricks campaign against. This is when he first came out.
He made that statement right after he bought Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
He sure did. And boy, did he call it.
boy, did he slay a dragon, man. I just cannot believe what an impact him buying Twitter had on our last election. And the amount of money he put into it, too. So, still more. Here we go. Merry Christmas from you. These are the Christmas. I'm putting this out on a Christmas card for all you guys to order to send to all your liberal friends. How's that?
There you go. There you go. Oh, you got to change the Twitter birds.
Yeah, I got to put X's on them, make them black.
It look like they're dead reindeer or something.
They are now.
Or you could change them to SpaceX rockets or something.
Yes. Yeah. Just put a rocket here. Yeah. Rocket with X on it. There we go. Yeah, that's an idea. Man,
you know how Democrats don't like anything. They hate everything. But you know what they do like? You know what they do like, Branco?
What's
they
that?
like dog shows. Play the second one over.
Second one. Oh God.
They love dog shows. Look at this. This is talent. Look. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
I mean, this is the level of just insanity. I mean, there's not a word. I think they've actually reached a new level of batshit crazy. It's like way up there.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
So anyway,
let's see.
That was disturbing.
Yeah, this is the last one. Last one of the Elon.
Zuckerberg, tear down his wall.
Yeah, there you go. In Democrat collusion, fire Facebook censors Yeah, be fair to both sides. Show us the files. Yeah, absolutely.
See, when he did the X Files, I mean the Twitter files.
Yeah.
That's what got him looking at the corruption. That's
Absolutely.
when he started seeing that. He said he could see that there was more going on out the door, and he wanted to follow that and chase it down.
Absolutely. It went right back to the White House, the FBI, CIA, everything. And right there should tell everybody everything they need to know about that. Like that, yeah. You got a Gingrich one up here. That's
you know what?
informative.
Newt Gingrich, I was never a fan of his when he was in office, really. I wasn't really that political either. But as a historian, the dude is strong. And he goes through what Thomas Jefferson went through. You know, John Adams tried to set up Thomas Jefferson with a bunch of rogue judges. Actually, he doesn't mention it here, but they called them the Midnight Judges. But anyway, play the Newtster.
Members of the subcommittees for allowing me to testify. There is clearly a potential constitutional crisis involving the judicial branch's effort to fully override the legislative and executive branches. 15 district judges effectively seized control of various executive branch duties in the first 6 weeks of the current presidency through nationwide injunctions. This is potentially a judicial coup d'etat. It clearly violates the Constitution and more than 200 years of American history. To set the stage for this hearing, let me mention 12 former federal judges appointed by President John Adams.
Here they are.
Richard Bassett, Egbert Benson, Benjamin Bourne, William Griffith, Samuel Hitchcock, Philip Barton Kay, Jeremiah Smith, George Keith.
These
Taylor,
were the midnight
Oliver Wolcott
judges.
Jr., Williams McClung, Charles McGill, and Williams Tillman. President Adams appointed these federal judges on his way out of office to hamstring the incoming President Thomas Jefferson's agenda. President Jefferson concluded that impeaching the judges would take too much time. He and the Congress simply abolished the courts in which they served via the Judiciary Act of 1802. This is a constitutional balance of power. The legislative and executive branches can reshape the judiciary branch. It is a useful reminder in considering the current situation. Unelected lower court judges have been steadily grabbing power for years. It was such an obvious threat that in 2012, Vince Haley and I wrote, Bringing the Court Back Under the Constitution. It is an historic study which I am submitting for the record. According to Harvard Law Review, there were 96 nationwide injunctions ordered by district courts from 2001 to 2023. Two-thirds of them, 64, were issued during President's time in office. Furthermore, 92% of the injunctions against President Trump were issued by judges appointed by Democratic presidents. Since January 20th, 2025, lower courts have imposed 15 nationwide injunctions against the current Trump administration. This is compared to 6 during George W. Bush's 8 years, 12 during Barack Obama's 8 years, and 14 during Joe Biden's 4-year term. The notion that unelected lawyers can micromanage the executive branch and override a commander-in-chief who received 77.3 million votes should trouble every American. This is particularly troubling for issues of national defense and public safety. Around 500 BC, Sun Tzu asserted in The Art of War that, quote, speed is the essence of war. How can the United States have speed in national security issues if opponents can judge shop to find someone ambitious or arrogant enough to block, repudiate, or delay the president's decisions?
Boom. Yeah, you know, and another thing, Newt had a documentary a few years ago called The First American.
Yeah.
And I highly recommend it. I think it's on Amazon Prime. It's probably on several of them. But it's about George Washington. And what he does in this movie, he has he's a group of historians from the left and right. And so, you know, you're getting a pretty solid version when they both agree.
Yep.
Judicial coup. That's what we're talking about right there.
That was a couple of weeks ago. I popped that one up there. But
and
anyway,
thanks to Mike Johnson, they're not going to do a thing about that this week.
Yeah, right.
And you know, you hear Trump say, "Oh, and Mike Johnson and John Thune are doing such a good job." You know he doesn't really mean that.
No, he doesn't. He's playing the game, man. He's playing the game. But I understand why. I understand why he is, though.
Yeah, they're the ones over there with the key to the door, you know. So
here's the thing. Last time he didn't do that, and what I'm sure somebody has talked to him since then, that you let your the people that are around you, your different what do you call it? your staff, let the people out there say those things that you would say badly about them. Let the Steve Bannons say what they have to say.
You be the good cop, send somebody else out as a bad cop.
Absolutely. You articulated that perfectly. I got stuck on some names and some titles, but
let me throw this out here. As we've got 3 different live Bad Company videos for the end.
Yeah.
And these are really excellent.
Yeah.
And I think we're just going to start. Well, one is Bad Company by Bad Company.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one is hang on, open it up here and see. Shooting Star. Y'all remember Shooting Star? You know you do. And then one of my favorites is I grabbed the wrong one. Oops.
Are you gonna put it to a vote in the chat?
No. We're gonna play Bad Company, doing Bad Company.
Okay, that sounds good.
And but before we do that, I mean, we'll go ahead and talk about it. But I also have that. You guys know that artist John Naughton.
Oh yeah,
he's just done a wonderful new painting, and it's called The Secret Service.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, I want this painting. I want it if it's cheap. I think he's pretty reasonable, but this is a wonderful, wonderful painting, and I have it in position 1.
He offers prints of it. So
maybe we should have him on the show sometime.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Maybe we'll get a discount on the
him and I can talk art. I was going to draw something today, but we just got run out of time with technical difficulties. But next week I'll draw something live. Take about 2 hours to do, but you guys got time, don't you?
Yeah, we're not going anywhere.
Yeah. So you got something here. Which one is it?
It's the first one. Is
okay.
John Naughton.
Okay, yeah. We got to play that.
Look at those angels. That's a powerful painting, man. That right there is a powerful painting.
Mm-hmm.
Those 3 angels behind his desk.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll take one of those. Yeah, let's try to get him on the show.
Yeah, if I could get a hold of him, I don't know where to get a hold of him at.
Website.
And you got an ending song for us? I'd like to say to everybody in the chat, thanks a lot. Kay Zenny is no fan of Mike Johnson, spineless. There's some good comments. I didn't get to them, but you guys keep it.
And I want to encourage you guys, I'm sorry, to go over and buy some My Pillow stuff and use my promo code Jodan.
That's right.
So
we were going to throw some commercials in, but we didn't get around to it.
Yeah, we're not very. We've been called the most boring show out there, and we take that literally.
Hey, we got to fill the gap somehow. We fill
the gaps with gaps. We fill the gaps with gaps.
Absolutely,
and that's what. And we're going to have Stacey Abrams on. Speaking of gaps, no, we're not.
Mr. Branco, do you have any cartoons that show CPS kidnapping children? Somewhere I do. I don't know.
You do? I'm not,
somewhere.
That's not really what you would think would be in a cartoon. But
Yeah,
I guess Virginia.
it wouldn't be a funny cartoon, but hey, I could do it. It wouldn't be very funny.
Nunya says, "We love you, boring mofo's."
Yeah, well, we appreciate it, and
We're going to be here until we're both too senile to click the buttons.
That's right.
We'll be sitting
hire
there. We'll
somebody.
just stare at the screen.
We'll hire somebody. I love the comments. I'm going to go through these comments after we get done here and read them. They're hilarious. South Carolina girl, thanks a lot for keeping things fired up over there. And Miss Nancy Rice and Deplorable Dissident, Kay Zinni, of course. And I know I'm leaving people out, but I'll get you next time.
I think he's lying.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I'm practicing to be a politician, a Democrat politician. Anyway, you want to play that video? Get out of here. Let people.
It's ready to go. It's ready to go.
Right.
So, guys, thank you so much. Come over and check us out at our socials. X and Truth Social.
Oh yeah, we got banners, don't we?
Yeah, we got the banners, and here's some badass Bad Company. I'm telling you, this is a good version. I was like, ooh, I might use this on the next episode of Frog Legs. It's so good.
Yeah, and head over to Branco Cartoons Store. It's just BrancoCartoonStore.com. Anyway, we'll see you guys later.
Yeah, and I got some T-shirts for sale over at intellectualfroglegs.com. I have one that says guns don't kill people. Alec Baldwin does. You'll look great in that shirt. And you
got a great new video up there too that maybe some folks haven't seen yet, but it's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's great video. Anyway, we'll see you guys later.
Rock on. Full screen it.
Six-gun sign is our claim to fame. I can just hear him say it.